What up, Rap TV fam? Welcome to our live interview with NAV. I'm super excited. I'm your host, Tally Spencer. It's going to be a great interview today. If you guys have any questions for NAV, make sure you guys put it in the comment section. I'll try and get to it. I'm super excited for today's video. We're going to wait for him to join the building. In the meantime, let me know if you guys have anything specific you want to ask him. We're going to get into new music. We're going to get into the new song, his tour coming up. So I'm excited to get into it. We ready? Let me get some W's in the chat if you ready for this interview. W's in the chat, please, if you're ready for this interview. I'm super excited. What y'all think about the Grammys? Did everyone watch it? I love the hip hop anniversary tribute. That was my favorite. In the meantime, let's go ahead with some questions that we should ask him. He's gonna join any second. But I'm excited. It's a beautiful day in Southern California and Los Angeles. You know, we've been blessed with the great weather out here. Yes, thank you guys for tuning in. It's gonna be a good one. Do y'all make sure to check out his newest single? Sorry, I was reading something. Yes, Nav joining the building very soon, very soon. So a lot of things coming up. Let's see what kinds of questions we got so far. What's the inspiration behind the latest single? Definitely plan on asking about that. I'm curious your guys' thoughts if you liked it. How can upcoming producers provide value? I love that one. How many features with Uzi? Ooh, that's a good one. What's the meaning behind NAV? Who are some of his motivations? I like that one. His favorite 90s rapper. Ooh, that's a good one actually too. Okay, I'll definitely pull from some of these. If there's any more that you guys feel like you want me to ask him, drop it in the comment box or in the question box. I'll try and ask it, but it's going to be a good conversation. We have to ask him about the Lil Uzi situation. I need to know the backstory behind that. What's good, Nav?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Hi, I'm feeling good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. Can't complain.
Same. Beautiful day. Welcome to Rap TV's live interview. My name is Tally. Super excited to talk to you today.
What's going on with you?
Man, we're living good. You know, it's Friday, getting ahead of the weekend, so I'm feeling blessed. And yourself?
I'm chilling. I'm just at rehearsals now for tour.
Okay. Rehearsals, you're about to go on tour. I want to definitely get into that, but before we get started with diving in the tour, I know you just dropped a new single today called Lately. Congratulations on the drop.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So I was listening to it. It definitely has like an Afro beats kind of vibe, makes you want to dance. It's definitely feel good, high energy single. Can you talk to me about, the vibes of the song and, what the inspiration is behind lately?
I mean, for my birthday this year, me and my friends we went to Tulum, and when we were in Tulum, like the playlist was completely different than when we're like in the city and stuff, you know. So that kind of inspired it. And when it comes to like the melody, I stayed to like my traditional like sad sounding melodies. But when it came time to do the drums on this record, I kind of went a different way. And yeah, that's where it came from. That's where the inspiration came.
Okay, yeah, the drums are very different to I feel like what a typical NAV beat has been lately. So the drums is very, upbeat, dance vibes. Is that any indication of what NAV 2 is gonna sound like?
Not really. This is more of like me just stepping out of the box a little bit because you know what I mean. I wanted to like set it up, cleanse your palate kind of vibe. Um, but yeah, I'm going more the traditional sound for sure. I have a lot of songs right now that I have in the stash that are traditional nav beats.
Okay, okay. I'm excited to hear that. And I know this next upcoming project is going to be self-produced by yourself. Why the decision to do that, to self-produce the next project?
I mean, my day one fans is what really got me here. That's my foundation, and I owe it to them and really to myself to like do the more difficult task, which is doing all the production and all the vocals and everything myself, and I'm ready to do it. And I'm almost there. I'm almost done.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're somebody who definitely like listens to your fans and what they want from you. What's something that people keep asking you for that you can maybe hint at that they're gonna get?
Just that old, sad nav stuff, and they're gonna get it.
Okay, okay. How much of your influence, I guess, comes from your fans and when they message you or in the comments like, we want this feature, this person. Do you take that into consideration?
To be honest, yes, a lot I do. But you have to kind of make people like used to the changes. Like every artist has to develop new sounds, or just becomes just linear. You know what I mean? It just becomes like this. So, um, it's a healthy balance of pleasing your old fans and also attracting the new ones.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, because a lot of people, first really gravitated you when you came out and you've been on a consistent rise in your music career. Just last year, your album was the #2 most streamed in hip hop, so that says a lot.
Right.
And, the new music that people can look forward to now, I guess people are kind of wondering more so about the direction. Like, who are people, that you're going to collaborate with? And then how would you describe like the vibe of it?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it pretty much the same formula as my first project ever because that's what they want. So not that many features, you know what I mean? But a lot of solo songs, a lot of slow down stuff, a lot of outros, a lot of transitions, just exactly what they want, but
Okay.
updated, quality.
Yeah. Updated. I like that you said that you have to kind of figure out the balance between the old and the new, because as an artist, you really have to figure out ways that you can grow and change your sound so that you are growing personally.
Right.
Yeah. What do you feel like is one of the main things that happened for you last year that you can look back and be like, wow, that was a huge accomplishment for me?
Um, Last year, I say like completing my album that I was working really hard on, and like Lemonade hitting like a billion streams. A couple crazy things happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Lemonade hitting a billion streams is a huge accomplishment. I think this conversation is something I was having actually earlier the other day where, a billion streams is a huge number, but is that considered mainstream? Does a billion streams make you a mainstream artist?
Um, Sort of, but not really. I feel like mainstream artists, it's like more of like a household name thing. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of like where everybody like their goal is to be, but that's my definition, I guess.
Right, right. Okay. And that conversation was just based in, I was watching the Rap Radar podcast and they were talking about, Yeat, whether or not he's considered mainstream or not because he had a billion streams. Shout out to Hakeem who said that he feels like he is mainstream based on that alone. But a lot of people were like, well, I don't know if streams really can define that as being something that's mainstream.
Yeah, it's like 50-50.
Yeah, I guess it could go either way, you know, just depending on who you listen to.
Right.
Right. So you're getting ready to go on tour. It's coming up really quickly. Tell me about, you know, what you're looking forward to most from being on tour.
Honestly, finally being back on the road again, for me, it was a long gap when we did a tour with Schoolboy Q, and then after that, it was a time off, and then right after that, quarantine for like 2-3 years. You know what I mean? So it's been a long time, and I'm ready to perform my ass off, remind everybody, you know, that what my show is about, and yeah, that's what it is, and also a lot of new music too that I haven't performed.
Okay. That you're going to be performing on tour?
For like the first time, yeah.
Wow, that's really exciting. How many cities are you going to?
How many is it? Like 25.
Okay. Is there one that you're most excited to perform at in particular?
Probably my hometown, Toronto. But you know, obviously like New York, LA, Chicago. Those are like some of my favorite cities too.
Okay. Toronto, hometown, right,
yeah,
right.
For sure.
How has it been with you know, being from Toronto? Have you collaborated and worked with Drake at all? Is a Drake NAV collaboration coming?
I mean, we never know for the future, but the last one we didn't put on the album because you know I answered that in the interview already. But yeah, like hopefully in the future, you never know.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We need that for the culture. Has Drake ever given you any advice or things that have helped you with your career?
I mean, one of the main things he helped me was rapping over the beat. That was back to back. That helped me a lot. You know, we spent some time together in Toronto, and yeah, he be giving me some advice. You know, but I keep it to myself, keep it personal. You know.
Okay, can't share the Drake gems with the world.
Right.
That's personal. Okay. So when it came to the whole internet saw this the other day, but Lil Uzi was at your house leaving the studio and he slipped and fell in the pool.
Yeah, he did.
Talk to me about that. What was going on?
Okay, well, the story behind it is that like 3 years ago, the pool had way less water in it. So that part that he tried to jump on was showing, like, and you could land on it. And he convinced me to jump with him, and he landed it. And then I almost felt like he did back then. But I grabbed him, and then we took a picture. But this time, when we're walking by it, the water was way higher. And we just talked about that one time. I'm like, yo, remember that time we jumped in the pool, we landed on that thing? He's like, yeah, you want me to do it again? And I couldn't even, like, answer him. He just tried it right away. And then I was just out of breath after that. I couldn't even breathe. I was laughing so hard. I was crying tears. You can just watch the video. You see me. I literally lost my mind. I couldn't believe that happened.
Yeah, for real.
So what was amazing was how he kept his hair dry, though. That was skill.
He kept his hair dry?
Yeah.
That's funny. Luckily he could swim.
What?
I said luckily he could swim.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he was in there long enough to swim. Luckily, it was shallow, though.
Yeah. Luckily, he was shallow. That was hilarious. So, what were y'all doing together? Were you making music? Was he in the studio?
Yeah, that night I loaded up a bunch of my beats and he was recording to them. And we was just taking a break to go, like, you know, mess with Cash. So that's what happened on the way to walking into the house.
That is funny. That is funny. How often do you use your pool out here?
You know, we never use the pool. Guys never use the pool.
Never. Man, if I had a pool, I would be in the pool every day.
Right, exactly. It's for the ladies.
For the ladies, okay, that makes sense. So I know also, you know, you're a very low key guy. In your spare time, I know you said you like to watch movies, you know, relax at home, take shrooms. I'm curious about the shroom experience. Do you have any advice for somebody whose first time it is maybe taking shrooms?
Start slow and make sure you're around the right people and like in an environment where you can't, like, you know what I mean? Can't do nothing crazy. Especially like if you've never like smoked weed or done anything like that, like it's pretty like a big jump, you know what I mean? So if you go from doing nothing to just straight shrooms, be very careful and slowly, gradually increase your doses.
Okay. Do you remember your first time? I feel like everyone has a really interesting first time experience.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like when I was finishing high school around like 17, 18. I did it with some friends, and I had a bad trip. And that's what scared me for a long time from doing it again. But the bad trip kind of showed me, like, in my life at that time, I wasn't really doing the right things. And when I came out of it, it made me finish high school and like go down the right path. I feel like it helped me a lot, seeing what's wrong with me. When one of my friends who was like really like himself his whole life, he had a really good trip and it was bothering me. So I just knew what I had to fix in my life.
Okay. Interesting. I know, yeah, people always have really different experiences, but the common theme of it is like they always realize something like dope about their lives that they want to fix. Like it takes you to a really deep place.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So do you microdose, or how often do you do it?
We done got past the microdosing stage, but I don't do it like too often. I don't do anything too often, but when I do it, I really do it.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe my first time will be this year. Who knows?
Right. Hopefully, let me know how it goes.
We'll see. I don't know where I should be or what I should do. I'm like, should I be at home? Like, I don't know.
The best is to be with someone that you trust that's done it before,
Okay.
and just act like home. Don't like go outside and do dumb shit.
Okay. All right. Easy enough.
Sure.
I'll try that. So given, the Grammys just recently passed this last week, and you had one of the biggest albums of 2022, do you feel like you got snubbed at all?
No, not at all. It's cool.
No?
I like the nominees they had. The nominees they had made amazing albums.
Okay. What's your thoughts on award shows in general?
I feel like there should be more like open about how they make their decisions or whatever. But they're starting to make moves on that. So I
Yeah.
never really paid attention to them too much.
Okay. Just do your own
To
thing.
watch it more as a kid, but now that I'm in the game, I don't really like be paying. It's crazy. I don't really be paying attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us too, we're watching on social media, we see like the highlight reels in real time versus
The
like
biggest
sitting through.
award to me is just like my fans being pleased and being happy. To be honest, that's the biggest award.
I love that. I love that. It's very rewarding. Would you want to win a Grammy? Is that part of the goal for maybe this year or next year?
Yeah, we'll see. We win one is great. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Okay, but you're very much like, I'm gonna put in the work.
Yeah, 100%. We ready for the work for sure.
Ready for the work. Okay. So some questions that we had from the audience before we had started this live. They wanted to know a couple things. So one person asked, if you had to pick a different career outside of music, what would it be and why?
I would do what my mom wanted me to do. I'd be a doctor.
A doctor? Really?
Yeah.
What were your parents' reactions when they found out you wanted to be a rapper?
I mean, I wasn't doing really good in school and stuff like that. So when I said I wanted to like pursue music, because remember I started off as a producer. So when I said it, like, okay, that's really what you want to do, then do it. And yeah, here I am.
Wow. Were they like discouraged at all? Like, I don't think you should do that.
I mean, Indian parents are very skeptical, but like for very traditional Indian parents, my parents were pretty open because like they just really come with me like with like a check-in, always like, yo, are you sure? Like, you're doing, are you sure? It'll be always like, are you sure type vibe. Until finally like I showed them that I was sure.
Yeah. What was the moment for them that they were like, yeah, my son is really an artist out here?
I guess when like family members and people started acting different and like asking about me all the time, and like I bought them cars and stuff, and stuff like that. Yeah, and then like my mom, I could win a Grammy. My mom is from India. She wouldn't really know what that is. But like being in like the local newspaper and stuff, like that stuff blew her mind. It's like the littlest stuff blows her mind.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's actually funny. So I know with you, pursuing a career in music, do you have like any advice, or what are things that you wish you knew before you got into music?
That it's like a never ending like work thing. Like you don't just make like hit songs and stop working. Like you actually have to work more than you ever thought you had to once you start making like big songs. Like you end up having to do a lot of groundwork, like as far as like radios or cutting drops or whatever. Like it's more work. So just buckle your seatbelt if you want to really do this shit. It's a marathon, not a race.
Okay, that's a really great word of advice. There's a lot of up and coming artists and producers who look at your journey are inspired by it, if you could tell those people, one thing about this journey and music in general, what would be the word of advice that you have to those people, who look up to you?
I mean, it's cliche, but like it's like, never give up. Everybody's seen that picture of the two guys digging, and there's diamonds behind the thing, and the other guy turned around, he had one more hit left to get to the diamonds, and the other guy's still trying, you know what I mean, underneath him. And that's how it be sometimes. It'd be like one more swing and you get a home run.
Right. Never give up, because it could be that one viral moment.
Yeah, and go into it for the right reasons. Like, I've always been in love with music, you know what I mean? I never wanted to get like fame. It wasn't none of my goals. Like, to get paid off this shit was like a dream to me. I was doing it for free for the longest. So, yeah.
Anytime you're getting paid to do what you love, that's like a dream come true.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Okay. So given that, before we go, given that Valentine's Day is coming up, tell me about, what can ladies do to make their man feel appreciated on Valentine's Day? I want to hear from your perspective.
From my perspective, it's like, it's the free stuff, you know what I mean? Like cooking and like cook 3 meals for the whole day. Cleaning, little simple stuff. Like, I guess that's my love language, is acts of service.
Okay. So cook 3 meals all day. That's something.
Yeah, some fire shit, you know what I mean?
Okay. What's some ideal meals?
For me,
yeah,
I like salmon, mac and cheese, or like a fire salad. Like, I like, a little balanced meal. I like that kind of stuff. Like, Thanksgiving food is the best, really, low key.
Okay, all right. I like that. No, Thanksgiving food and comfort food, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
Like, I could eat that all day, every day.
Exactly.
You think men should expect gifts on Valentine's Day?
Depends on the situation. You know what I mean? If you're like in a 100% household, like, you can't really expect nothing from your lady. But if, like, you know what I mean? If y'all making the same amount of money or something, or she making more, I guess so.
Okay. What do you think is a good gift? Is it food for you, or do you appreciate like material things too?
For me, like, it's tough for someone to get me a gift. So I like stuff that I have to buy for myself, but like someone else gets it. Like, for example, like, I wear the same plain t-shirts all the time. So my friends buy me like boxes of them as gifts, and I love that. Like, you know what I mean? Socks, like boxers, like regular stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I,
All right.
I wouldn't want my significant other to break the bank trying to impress me.
Okay. That was the question right there. I think ladies, if you're in here, take notes. Men, take notes on what to expect. So I love that perspective. While we're on the topic of love, before we go, are you going to be making any music for the ladies, or things that, I guess is tailored to a female audience?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait. I'm excited to hear NAV 2 coming up. In the meantime, we're celebrating Lately, new single that just dropped. Is there anything else specifically that we can look forward to from you, NAV, this year, and what we should, tap into?
I mean, I'm going city to city, 25 cities on tour, so that's one thing. And then I'll be working on the album while I'm on the road and after I'm done, and that's another thing to look forward to. So, yeah, there's a couple things right there.
Okay, cool. And before we go, too, you're going on tour with Solfego and Realist K. What's your relationship with both of them?
So Solfego, he's a young upcoming artist. He's fire, and we just did a song together. And when Cash told me about bringing him on tour, I'm like, yeah, I love his sound and everything. I feel like it fits. And then Realist K, he's been, he's with my management team and everything, and he's been, being hot as hell on TikTok and everything. And I made a song with him on my album too. So yeah, like, it feels right. Like, some young, good energy.
Right. Okay. So your relationship with underground artists in general, how do you go about like finding people to tap in with?
I mean, that be like coming up to me like in the weirdest ways, like whether it be like my managers or like Cash or somebody be like, yo, listen to this new artist. And sometimes my homies will show me some new artists, and they'll be like excited to show me, and not even on some like, yo, should we sign? Like, they just want to show me new music. You know what I mean? And that helps a lot, man. Have a lot of people around you that just have their ear to the music.
Okay. All right. Is there anyone in specific you have on your playlist right now that you've been having on repeat?
Um, I say like Lil Double O. I have to look at my phone. I said real estate as well. Um, right now off the top, I can't really think of it to be honest. But yeah, them two for sure.
There's so much out
There's a
there.
lot of new music.
Man, okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to let us know about before we head out of here?
Nothing. I'm just excited to see everybody on tour. I hope I see them there. I'm really ready for this. It's been a while, so I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. Congratulations on everything. Can't wait to see the tour. Good luck. And yeah, let's tap in at another time.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was Rap TV. I'm your girl, Tally Spencer. Nav killed it. He was dropping some gems. We're going to post a recap to this. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time.